Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. First things first, I want to thank you for understanding about my hiatus last week. I was having a lot of technical difficulties with my laptop, my tablet, many things were just going wrong. Unfortunately, this does mean that my sequence cheat sheets are on pause because my tablet isn't working. I will do my best to resolve this as soon as possible, but if there isn't a cheat sheet, I do apologize. However, this video is still here for you so you can follow along to the video. If you don't know what a sequence cheat sheet is, it is basically just the little posters I have of yoga glyphs of my sequences, so instead of watching the full video, if you want to just go on your own timing, own pacing, then you can just follow these little poster cheat sheets for yourself and do my sequences without having to listen to my voice or follow my pacing. So if you are interested in those, I do have quite a few of them up on my blog already that you can follow, keep for yourself, and download and use whenever you like. Today I am back and I am bringing you a yoga sequence that's all about loving your legs. I know you might be thinking, well, if we're standing in any of our yoga sequences, we're usually targeting the legs already. But for this one, I really just want to highlight them, bring them back to life, and make sure that we're showing our love and appreciation towards them. And it's so important to keep them strong and improve their flexibility whenever we get the chance. So follow along with me today and we will begin. Okay everyone, thank you for sticking around. Today we're going to start on the center of our mats in Sukhasana or lotus pose, half lotus pose, wherever you're most comfortable. We're going to close our eyes and begin to relax, come into our space. We're going to inhale our palms together in front of our heart in Anjali Mudra. And begin breathing gently, inhaling through your nose and exhaling through your mouth. We'll do one more. Today we're going to set an intention for our class, which is to love our legs. Our legs are our main foundation. They are the parts of our body that hold us for stability, for balance, for strength. They mean so much, and we take advantage of them in our day-to-day without really accepting their true beauty and strength that they have. Throughout this practice, we are going to be stretching, strengthening, improving our flexibility, and targeting our legs and giving them the love they deserve after days upon days of walking and running and stretching without really appreciating all of the help they give us. So we're going to have a nice practice today. If you guys do have a strap on hand, that will be useful. It's not mandatory, but if you do have one, then feel free to use it. It can bring us to deeper lengths in our stretches and will help us. So we'll just take a couple more breaths here, relaxing and finding our place in this moment, shutting down our mind and drawing our focus inward. And we'll slowly open our eyes, release our palms to our knees, and we'll begin. So as I mentioned, I do have a strap with me today. Not everyone needs a strap. This is something that I know not everyone owns. However, this will help us reach limits we might not be able to reach just on our own. But either way, even if you don't have one, you can still participate and do the same moves that I'm going to be doing. I will show you variations with and without the strap so you can follow along. So we're going to begin by Unraveling our feet if we're in lotus, and we're going to sit upon the long edge of our mat. We're going to extend our right foot out in front of us, keeping our left foot planted. We're going to flex our right toes up in front of us. We're going to inhale, elongating our spine, and exhale, slowly forward fold, grabbing the outer edges of our right foot. So our shoulders are down away from our ears. We are folding forward. Our gaze is at the top of our toes. Chest is forward and not collapsing. And we'll just hold here. If you do have a strap, this can just help bring you a little bit deeper. So we will take our strap at whatever length you're comfortable in. We're going to wrap it around the bottom of our right foot, the arch of our right foot, keeping our left foot planted, knee up. We're just going to grab, you can either grab both sides of the strap with both your hands, or you can even just take one, whichever you're comfortable with. And we're going to do the same thing. Inhale to elongate our spine, keeping our back straight. We're going to inhale, and then with a subtle pull from the strap, as well as leaning forward with our chest, we're just going to go a little deeper into the stretch. So here I am bending my elbows and making sure that my shoulders aren't slumping over into an uncomfortable position. We are keeping our chest shining to the front of the room, our gaze is at our toes, and we're just going to breathe deeply here. If you want to get your hands closer to your toes, if you can reach with this type of flexibility, you can even grab your foot if you don't need the strap, but go at whatever level works for you. You'll feel this in the calves as well as the hamstrings. And on our next exhale, we will release. From here, we're going to swap our feet. So my right foot will come to the mat, left foot will extend out long. Again, if you don't want to use a strap or you don't have one on hand, that's fine. You're just going to inhale, straighten your spine, and exhale, forward fold. If you can't reach your foot, as I am, then feel free to come at whatever level works for you. We want to make sure that we're doing the correct posture and not pushing ourselves to go deeper into a point where it could be painful, which is also why we have a strap. So if you can't quite reach your foot, then we will take our strap around the arches of our left foot, and we'll inhale, lengthen our spine. Exhale, sending our chest forward and meeting our gaze at the top of our toes. So I'm just going to inch forward a little bit with my strap, keeping my legs straight. You can feel this in the calves and the hamstrings, the quads. We're going to inhale, exhale, and bending my elbows, sending my chest forward, and breathing into the stretch. We'll exhale, slowly release. Coming back up to center, and we're going to extend our right leg out in front of us, and we'll do the same with both feet. So again, you can just use your hands to forward fold, coming up to our ankles, our calves, or shins, wherever you're comfortable, or we can take our strap. So we'll inhale nice and tall, and exhale, forward fold, bringing the strap across both of our feet. Your feet are flexed, pointing back towards you. Chest coming forward. And we'll do one final breath. And slowly release. This time we're going to kiss our feet together into cobbler's pose. So here we're opening our hips and getting comfortable. If you even want, you can give yourself a little massage around your calves, around your feet, anywhere you think you may need it. And then to balance with all of those forward folds, we are going to either inhale, bring our hands behind us. You can keep on your fingertips, come onto your palms, and just do a nice little back bend here. If you feel that this is not enough or you want to go a little bit deeper, then you can follow me. I'm just going to shift up a little bit. So I'm keeping cobbler's pose, my feet together. And then I'm going to slowly come back. I'm going to come down onto my forearms. I'm doing this all with control and being very gentle. I'm going to tilt my head back, slowly releasing my elbows closer to my legs. And I'm going to place the top of my head, crown of my head, to the mat, keeping my hands on my thighs, inner thighs, and elbows to the mat. A nice back bend for you to counter the poses we just did. And we'll slowly release. What I like to do is place my hands beneath my legs, sort of pull my knees up together, giving myself leverage to lift my neck. Make sure that you're not straining anywhere. Push your knees together, and you can come back up. Now what we have next is we are going to have another couple of variations again. So for the first one, if you would like, we're going to extend our right leg. So we're going to place the bottom of our foot into our right thigh. And we're going to inhale and exhale another forward fold. We're going to use our two peace fingers and our thumb to catch our big toe. And we'll just, again, moving forward with our chest. So that's version one. We're going to keep our left foot planted just like we had in the beginning. But this time we're going to inhale, place our left palm behind us. You can stay on your fingertips or flat on your palm. We're going to inhale our right arm up, exhale it behind the knee, and giving us just a subtle twist. You can keep your hand up or down, wherever's comfortable for you. And we'll just hold here for a twist. If you want to go a little bit deeper, the other way to do this is we are going to bring our left foot across our right thigh. We're going to inhale our left arm up into the sky, keeping our right foot flexed and straight. Inhale our left arm up into the sky. And exhale, twist behind your back using your two peace fingers and your thumb to catch your big toe on your left foot. So we're getting a nice bind and twist here. You can hold onto your left knee with your right palm, and your gaze is just sent over your shoulder. So we'll take some time to breathe into this. Again, as always, inhale to lengthen, exhale to move a little bit deeper. Make sure to keep your right foot flexed. This doesn't have to, your right palm doesn't have to be holding on so tensely. Be nice and loose. And on our release, we are just going to let go of our fingers first slowly. Inhale our arm back up around us, above us, and over to the front. And now we'll just switch to the other side. So I'll show you the first variation again, is we're going to bend our right knee this time. Inhale our left arm up into the sky, sending our left elbow up against our right outer knee, placing our right fingertips behind us, fingertips or palm. Inhaling and exhaling to twist. So your right arm acts as a kickstand, We're just twisting behind us, our left elbow is pushing into our right knee, keeping our hips straight, our left foot flexed. We can stay in this twist here. Or if you followed me in the second variation, then we will take our right foot across our left thigh. Inhale our right arm up into the sky. And exhale, slowly bring our thumb and peace fingers to bind our big toe on our right foot. So I'm keeping my left palm on my right knee. Inhaling to lengthen, exhaling to twist. My left foot is flexed. Using my Ujjayi breath by breathing in through the nose and out through the nose with an audible throat sound. And next we're going to slowly release, so release the fingers, the wrist. Inhale the hand back up to center, back down, and then we can send our legs in front of us. And then we're just going to swivel on our hips and come to all fours. Making sure your wrists are under your shoulders, your fingers are expanded, spread apart. Tops of your feet into the mat. And we can do a couple of cat-cows here just to get the feeling of our foundation. So we'll inhale, belly growing, chin up to the sky. And exhale, rounding the spine, belly button inward. Inhale and exhale. We'll just do 2 more. Inhale. We'll come back to center. Next, we're going to do some knee circles. So I'm going to move up just a smidge, so you guys can see. So if you look at me first, I'm going to inhale, sending my left knee out. We're going to try and keep our right side of our body with a nice foundation. So we're keeping our hips square, our glute over top of our knee. The top of our foot is still into the mat. So we're going to inhale, creating half of a circle, and exhale for the remaining half. And we'll just do this 5 times. So make sure you use your breath here, keeping yourself stable, making sure that your body weight is even between both sides, both palms. And then we're going to rotate onto the opposite way. So if you went clockwise, now you'll go counterclockwise, vice versa. So inhale, exhale, inhale. And we'll do 3 more at your own pace. And final one, we'll bring our knee back to the mat. If you need to twist out your wrists, you can do so. Big benefit for watching my videos. If you have wrists like mine, I will do this quite often because it can be a lot of weight on them sometimes. So you can do any sort of wrist exercise you need here, just for a little break. This time we're going to do circles on the right knee. So if you follow me, we're going to inhale, rise our right knee out to the side. We're going to make sure we're pressed into all 10 of our fingers, distributing our weight evenly. We're going to inhale and exhale. So using our breath to form the circles, inhale, exhale, and we'll do 5 on this side. And then we'll rotate to the other direction. And we'll bring our knee back to center. This time we'll make our big toes touch, send our knees out wide, arms out extended, into child's pose, extended child's pose. And then our next inhale, we'll come back up to tabletop. So inhale, rise to tabletop. So on our next inhale, we're going to extend our left leg out long behind us, and we're just going to do some little pulses here. So you'll feel this in your left glute. So if you want to meet me here, inhale, rise your left foot up, and slowly begin pulsing. Use your breath. Again, make sure you're distributing your weight so both of your palms are really planted into the earth. You can feel your weight evenly distributed. Keep pulsing, and we'll stay here for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. We'll slowly release our knee back to the mat. And we'll do the same on the other side. So we'll take a deep breath here. And inhale, rise your right foot out, kick it behind you, and begin pulsing. I'm not necessarily keeping track, but we'll just do a good sizable amount. Maybe about 30 seconds. And we'll stay here for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1, bringing your knee back to center. This time, instead of extended child's pose, we're going to try frog pose. So if you've never done this before, then you can just listen to me. We're going to walk our knees out, basically as far as you can get them without any restraint. So say probably about here is what works for me. Usually most people have a tight area in their groin. It's not a very common position in our day-to-day life to do this. And if you find you're comfortable where you are, then we're going to slowly begin to lower our elbows to the earth. Forearms out in front of us. And staying here. One of the main actions in this pose is we want to bring our pelvis or send our tailbone back in between our heels. So try not to pulsate, but just kind of hold here, feeling the stretch. If you feel you can walk your knees out deeper, you can try. Otherwise, our knees are in line, our knees and our ankles are in line, and we're just going to stretch out here as much as we can. If you want to bring your arms closer, that helps to send your tailbone back. Otherwise, if you're comfortable where you were, then you can remain here. feel your groin opening, your hips widening. It's a nice stretch that we're attempting so delicately and breathing into safely to keep our foundation strong and our legs in tip-top shape. And we'll slowly release onto our belly. So you can bring your knees together. Send your legs out so that you're on your belly. Your hands can be at your chest. And just to counter this pose, we're going to windshield wiper our legs. So you can bend your knees so that your feet are near your bum. And then we're just going to sway to the left and right. I'm just pointing my toes and letting them fall to the left and to the right. Okay, and from here we're going to bring our feet back down to the earth. We're going to push up with our arms. Coming up, you can meet in tabletop, but then we're going to kick our feet beneath us and stretch into our first downward dog of the day. So our feet are hip distance apart. We can pedal out our feet. Our head is right in between our elbows, shoulders away from the ears. And on our next inhale, we're going to rise our left leg up into the sky. And exhale, planting our foot between our palms. We're going to lower our right knee to the mat. And slowly inhale our hands up to the sky into a low lunge. So here you want to keep your hips square. Your gaze is up at the ceiling. And we'll slowly exhale, release, sending our left foot back, coming into downward dog. And we're going to do the same on the other side. So inhale our right foot up to the back wall. Exhale, bringing it between our palms. Lowering our left knee, placing the top of our left foot to the mat. Then we're going to inhale, look up, sending our arms above us into low lunge onto the right side. So our shoulders are away from our ears. We're getting a nice little lower back bend. Squaring our hips facing the front of the mat. And we'll slowly release, palms framing the foot, sending our right foot back. This time we're going to untuck our toes, so our wrists are beneath our shoulders. We're staying here. And then we're just going to walk our toes slowly to the front of the room until we reach a forward fold. You can ragdoll here if it's comfortable for you. You can hug your legs that we're intending to love so much. And on our next inhale, we're going to come up to standing. Exhale, release your hands. Now we're going to go in for a goddess squat. So I'm going to come face you guys at the long edge of the mat. We're going to spread our feet apart, a little bit wider than hip distance. Some people like to extend their arms out and reach their wrist to their foot. Some people like them a little closer together, so to each your own, wherever you're comfortable. We're going to have our feet in line, and then we're going to point our toes out to the edges of our mat, so we're not exactly straight. We're going to have a subtle bend in our knee. Our tailbone is going to be tucked down. And we're just going to inhale and exhale our palms together, spreading our knees wide. So if you feel you're a little bit too wide, you can walk your feet a little closer together. I like to do this part with my elbows between my knees just to get the length that I want, but we're actually going to sit up a little bit taller and place our hand on our hips. So what we're going to do here is we're actually going to alternate doing calf raises. So I'm going to start with my left foot. I'm going to lift my heel up and lower it down. And I'll do the same on the right and lower down. And we'll just do 5 of these on each foot. So you can follow me now. Inhale left, exhale release, inhale right, exhale release. And just go at your own pacing here. So you'll definitely feel this burning in your quads, but we're also targeting the calves with each heel lift. So do 1 more each. And slowly come back up. Beautiful. Now we're going to bring our toes back in facing the center, keeping our hands on our hips. We're going to inhale and exhale, forward fold, chest coming down first. And finally your head releasing. So the goal here is to get your forehead close to the mat. If you want to spread your feet out a little wider, you can do that. And we'll inhale, come back up. Squeeze or heel toe our feet back together. We're going to turn back to the long edge of the mat. Inhale our hands above us. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, back down to plank, kicking your feet back. Now from plank, instead of lowering down, we're actually just going to inhale our left foot between our palms. This time we're going to come up to high lunge. If you were more comfortable in low lunge and you want to stay there, feel free. Otherwise, you can follow me. We're going to inhale here. Again, hips are square. This time our right heel is off of the mat. And we're coming up into a high lunge. Then we're going to exhale, frame our foot, kicking our left foot back, welcoming plank pose back into our lives. Then we're going to inhale, bring our right foot between our palms, and inhale, rise to high lunge on the right side. So left heel is up off the mat, gaze is up at the ceiling, hips are square. Knee is at a 90-degree angle. And we'll slowly exhale, release, planting our palms around our foot, sending our right foot back to plank, and lowering down completely to belly. So I'm going to come up a little bit and slowly rotate onto our backs. So if you do have a strap at this point, it would be useful, so make sure it's within reach. I'll show you without the strap and then with the strap. So if you want to follow me without the strap, we're going to inhale our left foot up towards the ceiling. You can keep a bend in your knee or do your best to straighten it. Acknowledge what level you're at right now. You never know, tomorrow can be different. Every day you feel a little bit different. So I'm a little bit tight and I'm going to keep a bend in my leg. And I'm going to use my peace fingers and my thumb to grab my big toe and extend my leg up to the ceiling as much as I can. No point in pressing too hard and shaking and making it hard for yourself. Just do where you're comfortable and hold here. Otherwise, if you have a strap, then we're going to do the same thing, but instead of touching our big toe, we're just going to place the strap beneath on the arch of the foot and pull back towards yourself. So both your feet are flexed towards the face, one foot is extended in the air, and pull. So you can actually see a big difference. When I was grabbing my toe, then I had to keep my leg bent. However, with this strap, I'm able to straighten my leg a little bit straighter. So to each your own. And then from here, let's say you don't have the strap and you just have your big toe, then we're going to inhale and exhale, slowly release. So I can extend it out straight or keep it bent. So for some reason this is a little bit easier to keep extended, so I'll do it this way. And then I'm just going to look over my right shoulder. So you don't want to completely collapse your leg onto the floor. You do want it just sort of hovering about an inch off the floor, keeping the pose active. However, if you have your strap, then we can do the same thing. Under the arch of your foot, inhaling up straight, and exhaling to the left, and bringing our gaze over to the right. So this one is definitely easier to keep yourself hovering. The strap really does help here. And we'll just let ourselves catch our breath here. Feeling a nice stretch in the inner thigh, groin area. And we'll inhale back to center, slowly and gently. Bringing your foot up and releasing. This time our left foot is on the mat, flexed. And we're going to inhale our right foot up to the ceiling, grabbing our big toe with our peace fingers and thumb, keeping either as straight or bent as you need, and breathing into this stretch. If you do have your strap, then we can do the same thing as we did on the opposite foot, placing it beneath the arch of the foot and pulling yourself here, keeping your feet flexed to the ceiling, and breathing into the stretch, going a little bit deeper with every exhale. And exhale over to the right, hovering it about an inch off the ground and twisting my gaze over my left shoulder. So I'm continuously pulling with the strap, but not too tight, just enough that I can feel it. And we'll inhale back to center, slowly release. Now we're just going to place the strap over to the side and inhale our knees towards our chest. This is the moment where we really say thank you to our legs and everything they give us on a daily basis. Without them, life would be a lot more difficult. And so it's very important to take time to nurture and cherish them and strengthen them, improve their flexibility, and really take advantage of them as much as you can. So give yourself a nice hug. You can rock back and forth. And then we'll slowly release, letting them down slow. Sending your arms out to the sides, getting into a comfortable position, closing your eyes. Today we set an intention on our foundation, loving our legs, and being really present in the fact that they are there for us, for our stability. They are our kickstands, our tripods, our main base and foundation. They are something we wake up with and use every day without a second thought about it. It's almost like breathing. When we take our time to breathe and meditate, we notice such a significant difference. But today we were able to take our time and shift our focus to a muscle group that really needs it. So thank you for taking this time, focusing in on yourself, and I will see you again next week. Namaste.